Hotel Rio Tequila is an all-inclusive resort located in the gated resort community of Playa Car, which is located in the area of Playa del Carmen in Mexico, not too far from the Cancun International Airport. I visited this resort while I was staying at Hotel Rio Palace Mexico, which is a palace resort also in Playa Car, actually right across the street from Rio Tequila. And since the exchange privileges were in effect, this was early 2020, I decided to walk to Hotel Rio Tequila, and we ended up visiting there a few times to eat at the buffet, to use the pools, and just to walk around the territory. So I didn't actually have a room here, but I did spend quite a bit of time here since we were staying right across the street at Hotel Rio Palace Mexico. So what can I say about Hotel Rio Tequila? Well, the first thing you might notice is that I'm going to show you some satellite imagery, is that it's not right next to the beach, and it will require a few minutes walk, maybe depending on how far away you are, maybe 10 minutes, maybe around 10 minutes depending on in which building you're situated. But it's really not that much, especially considering that you're surrounded by nature. It's a very beautiful territory, and they have a private walkway to the beach. Guests of Hotel Rio Tequila can just take that walkway right to the beach, and I'm going to show you a clip of that as well. So it's very convenient to access the beach, and I think it's okay that you have to walk a little bit to get to the beach. It's good exercise anyways. But as I just previously mentioned, the territory is really beautiful. It's a huge territory. There's lots of rooms, lots of space for walking. And I remember the first time that I walked into the resort, I was just so overwhelmed by how many trees there were and how many animals there were. And it was just really, really a beautiful place. And I did like the selection at the buffet. Obviously, things have changed since early 2020, so I'm not really going to comment on the food, but just the overall atmosphere. The lobby was kind of outdoors, just this feeling of being in nature, and I really like that they have a lot. They kept a lot of the trees there. There's some animals there, and a lot of space to walk. So that's really the perfect kind of resort for me. I did have great interactions with all the staff there, and it was just I kind of got lost a little bit while I was walking around the first time, and that's okay because I was on vacation, just walking around, getting some good exercise, and I really did like that. I check the prices sometimes. I check the prices sometimes on Travelocity, which is the booking site that I use, and I don't know if this is always the case for other people, but I've seen this resort priced a little bit lower than the other resorts in the Rio complex in Playa del Carmen, and maybe that's because it's a little bit farther from the beach, but I really don't think that's a bad thing. So, I mean, if you see it being cheaper, and if you see that it's not right next to the beach, I wouldn't just cross it off your list just yet. Again, I'm not recommending this resort. I'm just saying, just giving you my own opinions, and from walking from the resort to the beach and back. I think it's okay if a resort is a little bit farther from the beach, if you don't mind walking, if walking isn't really an inconvenience for you personally. Especially because there's a nice walkway surrounded by trees. I'm going to be showing you that. As far as the resort, as far as the pools go, as far as the territory, there were some spaces for activities. Again, maybe things have changed. Maybe they have fewer activities, but they did have a few pools. They're not really large. I mean, a lot of Rio resorts are not going to have very large pools. I mean, that's just my experience from going to Rio resorts in Cancun and Playa del Carmen. But there's a few. There's a decent amount of pools. So if one is crowded, you can go to another pool. There's really a lot of trees there, like I said. So it's nice that you can kind of seek some shade in front of behind a lot of those trees. So, but of course it will be it will be sunny in the morning, obviously. So I did end up getting lost a little bit because there's a lot of buildings in the back. If you just keep walking back, and I thought that there would be something in the back like restaurants, but I think everything is towards the front of the resort. If you like nature, if you don't mind seeing animals, I mean, I think this might be a good choice, maybe something to look into. Again, I'm not saying it's a great resort because we didn't actually have a room there. We just visited, we ate lunch there, we ate breakfast there because the exchange privileges were in effect. We were staying at Hotel Rio Palace, Mexico. But in terms of what appears to be a relatively budget-friendly, all-inclusive experience compared to the prices of the other Rio resorts in Playa del Carmen, which are next to the beach, except for Hotel Rio Lupita, which would involve taking a bus, actually. So Hotel Rio Lupita, Lupita, is further inland, and that would involve taking a bus. But the other 5 resorts, out of all of those, I think I see that Hotel Rio Tequila typically is a little bit cheaper. So again, don't base your research just on price. Of course, read reviews on Travelocity, TripAdvisor. Make sure you do your research before you pick your vacation. This is just a video to talk about my experience at a resort that I do miss a little bit because since the exchange privileges were in effect, I really appreciated the fact that as a guest of Hotel Rio Palace, Mexico, I could literally walk right across the street, show them my bracelet, and walk right into this giant territory. And out of all the 5 Rios that we visited in Playa del Carmen that we walked around in, which was Hotel Rio Palace, Mexico, Hotel Rio Palace Riviera Maya, Hotel Rio Yucatan, Hotel Rio Playa Car, and last but certainly not least, Hotel Rio Tequila. This Hotel Rio Tequila certainly had the largest territory. So if you're someone who just likes to feel kind of lost in nature, just surrounded by trees, wow, I think this might be something to look into if you want. Again, no guarantees that you're going to have a great experience, but this is just a video to talk about one of the resorts that really stands out. When I think of the Rio complex in Playa del Carmen, I think of the Palace resorts. Of course, they have maybe look a little bit like nicer, maybe have more amenities, maybe more food options, but Hotel Rio Tequila, just a nice walk from the beach. I'm going to show you, I'm probably showed you a clip of that already. And there's certainly nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, if you don't mind the walk and always just enjoy to just walk around and just kind of look for some animals. And that's pretty much it for this video. Sometimes a resort that's farther from the beach might have a lower price, and maybe if you see that this resort has a lower price, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's quote-unquote worse than the other Rio resorts. It might just mean that they priced it that way because it is farther from the beach. But if you're going to be walking back to and from the beach maybe a couple times a day, I think that's great exercise. And if you do end up choosing this resort, I hope you have a great time. But please do your research before you pick any resort. Watch videos, go to Facebook groups if you want to join Facebook groups, just to see if there's any potential issues, because I don't want you to just pick a resort just based on a couple hours of research. Do more than a couple of hours of research, especially if you haven't really gone many times to Playa del Carmen or Mexico in general. So none of these videos that I make are just saying that, oh, you should go here because it's a great resort. It's just my own personal experience at a specific point in time. Again, we didn't stay in a room here, but we did visit many times, and we did walk around a lot, use the pools, and we ate breakfast and lunch there, and I had absolutely no complaints. I would say that out of the 5 Rio resorts that we walked around in early 2020, it seemed to be the most crowded. Maybe it was the most popular at that time, and that's pretty cool. I mean, I think there were quite a lot of people there, so maybe they were there because maybe they got a good price on the resort. But maybe crowded mostly at the buffet, but not really outside. There's always plenty of space to walk around. So Hotel Rio Tequila, a all-inclusive resort located in the gated resort community, a beautiful gated town in Playa del Carmen. It's called Playa Car, which is located in Mexico, maybe around 40-minute drive from the Cancun International Airport. And I just had a fun experience walking around this all-inclusive resort. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great day.